Hello, everyone. Welcome in to another episode of Love on Purpose God's Way, where our mission here is to partner with women to be found by their God given soulmate. I am your host, Kimya, and I'm super excited to be with you guys tonight for our very first live episode of Love on Purpose God's Way. Isn't that exciting, guys? If you're excited to be a part of our first live episode, let me see you put some clapping hand emojis in the chat. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. All right. I'm so happy to have you guys in. Go ahead and put in the chat where you are um, watching from tonight. Rep your city in the chat. Let's see where you watching from tonight. Move to the beat a little while, y'all. Hey. All right. If you're in here, let me see you. Go ahead and comment. I see you guys. I see you. All right. So before we move any further, guys, I want you to do me a huge favor. Click the like button and go ahead and share this live video with your friends so that everybody can go ahead and tune in to our live show tonight. Can y'all do that for me? Yes, go ahead and share. We need everybody involved to see what we have going on over here on Love on Purpose God's Way. All right. So before we jump into the interview, I want all of my ladies to do me a huge favor as well. Once this interview is over, I need you to head on over to our website right there at the bottom of the screen, Love on Purpose God's Way, and take our wifey material assessment to see if you are wifey material. So this test was created by the creator of Love on Purpose God's Way, Michael D. Ballard. It is a biblically and scientifically based test that was created by him, so it is very sound. I welcome you to go ahead and take that test because it's going to let you know if you are wifey material, a wifey in training, or if you are a wifey under construction. All right, so go ahead and take that so you don't have to necessarily come onto the show to take that test. If you're coming onto the show, you have to take it. But if you just want to see if you're wifey material, you can also go on there and take this assessment as well. All right. So without further ado, I want to welcome our very first guest to our live recording of Love on Purpose God's Way. Help me give a warm welcome to the beautiful Miss Carlisa.
Hi.
You're welcome to the show, Carlisa.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good tonight. I'm actually really good. Thank you for asking.
All right. Let's give it up for Miss Carlisa. Everybody give it up, give it up. Woo! Yes. All right, welcome on, sis. So here's what I want to do first before we get started. All right, let's go ahead and do what I like to call an icebreaker. Well, I'm gonna ask you just two real simple, light questions just to get us started. Okay?
Yes, let's break this ice.
Yes, let's break this ice. Let's get everything calm, cool, and collected. So share with me, what would you say is your favorite song right now and why?
Ooh. Ooh.
Your favorite
I
song?
was
It can be a
I,
bop, it can be a Christian song, whatever it is. What's your favorite song right now?
I'm such a music person. I have a billion songs going through my head right now.
Pick one that you've been listening to a lot here lately.
Well, I'm gonna go back a little.
Mhm.
Okay, so here it is. I got it. Yes. So it is. I love Brandy. I've always loved her since I
Ooh,
was
me
young.
too.
Yes. So I she had a Christmas album that she put out last year, and I literally listened to it just randomly all year. And I really love this song on there called "Christmas for Two." And
Yeah, I heard the song last year too.
Yeah, and I love it because not only does it put me in the mood of Christmas, but it
Mhm.
also puts me in the mood of Christmas, spending Christmas with somebody that I really love and care for. You
Uh,
know, so it's just like a warm cup of coffee. You know,
mhm.
like it's really nice. I love it. I love the way she sounds on it, and I love the mood that it puts me in. So that right there is right
That's
now is one
voice.
of my
They call
favorite
her
songs.
the vocal Bible for a reason, right? Brandy is that girl
Yeah.
vocally. Sure. All right. And what would you say is your favorite all-time movie? That movie you can watch a million times over and never ever get tired of watching it.
The Last Dragon.
Like,
Um,
okay, okay.
that was easy. The Last Dragon
Uh-huh.
with Leroy, Bruce Leroy, show enough. I'm saying like that is my
Mhm.
favorite movie. Will always be my favorite movie. I'm like, I could literally right now from beginning to end say all the words. You know, just become a whole movie right here. Like that's my favorite movie. Yeah.
That's dope. That is dope. The Last Dragon. Okay.
Yes.
Got you. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, sis. So first tell me how did you find out about our show and what made you go through with the assessment and filling out the application to actually be on the show?
Well, actually, I was told about this show from a very dear friend of mine. She heard about the show and she told me
Mhm.
about it, and she was like, "I think this is a good show that you should maybe like sign up for and see how it goes." So
Oh.
yeah, so that's how it like I learned about it, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Okay, I'll apply and I'll see how it is." And once I really got into it and I looked at some of your videos, I was like, "Oh wow, this is a really in-depth, nice, really good show." So I was like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm doing
Okay,
this.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, we are happy to have you in. So, what we like to do first, I'm just going to have you tell us your age, the city you're in, and what you do for a living. Now, you don't have to get specific on where you work and all of that, but just a little bit about what you do.
Okay. I am 43 years old. I live in Chesapeake, Virginia, and
Mhm.
an administrator. Yes.
Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, how long have you been in your field?
Well, I started off in the military.
Oh,
I was
nice.
in the Navy. Yes, I
Okay.
stayed there for a while, and then when I got out, I just um, worked at where I work at. It's like a government job that still works for the
Mhm.
military, but so I get the military feel without being in the military. So
Right.
and I joined the military when I was 20 years old. So
Ooh.
that's been it's been a while. I've been in this field for a while because I got out and I continued to do what I was doing in the military.
Mhm. Okay, nice. How long were you in the Navy?
8 years.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for your
You're
services.
welcome.
Thank you. So we know that you are single, right? Because that's why you're on the show. If you weren't
Yes.
single, you wouldn't be here. So
Yes.
tell us, how long have you been single?
2021 was my last relationship.
Your last relationship. Okay. Got you. So that's not too long ago, but long enough to where you have, I'm sure, done some work and everything.
Yes. Yes.
So why do you think you're still single at this point?
I will say honestly, after my last relationship, I needed time to kind of work on myself. I didn't want to jump right back out there, because I'm not. First of all, it doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't matter who specifically was to blame for the relationship going a different way. I still
Mhm.
feel like it's two people, so both can be worked on. So I took that time to kind of like work on myself, better myself in all different ways, and then kind of make sure that when I was ready to get back out there, that
Mhm.
at least I felt like I was mentally ready for it. So
Right.
that is why it's been that long, and now I finally am at the point
Mhm.
where I'm I want to be in a relationship, and a successful relationship. Yeah.
A successful one. That's key. And you want to be a wife, right? You're already a wife. God created you. I believe you're already a wife. So you just have to be found by your Boaz. So
Yes.
we are believing by faith that's going to happen through this platform. All
Yes.
right. Now, do you have any children?
I do.
Okay. How many do you have?
I have three young adults. Yeah.
Oh, young adults. Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
How many babies? How old are your children?
My oldest is 21.
Hmm.
My middle, she'll be 20 on Sunday. So she's 19, she'll be 20 on Sunday. And then my baby is 18. Yeah, my baby is 18.
18. Okay. So my next question was going to be, I guess it still applies in this case since you have older children, but I was going
Yeah.
to ask you how is co-parenting? How has your co-parenting relationship been as far as your
I
children
will
are concerned?
say in
Mhm.
this stage and phase, it's really good.
Okay.
Like, um, yeah, he does. He's a good father to them. They can reach out to him, and they have, as being older, they have their own relationship, which is really good.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. And like you said, now, right? So I'm sure that was a journey getting to that process.
Yes,
'Cause I
yes.
have three children myself, and my boys are from a previous relationship. And it
Mhm.
does take time sometimes to work out all those kinks. And, you got to have two people on the same page and
Yeah,
keep in mind that the children come first. So that's
yes,
what kind of helps everything to be cohesive.
yes.
All right. So speaking of fathers, how would you say your relationship is with your father?
It's really good. I love my father. I like that the main thing I really love about him is that he's a God fearing man, and
Mm,
he looks, he every decision that he makes, he turns to God, and that means a lot because that helps with our relationship. That
mhm.
helps me understand what I want in a man. And that, yeah, so I and yeah, that's my daddy. Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So he's always been a important part of your life. So he's
Yes,
always been there. That's
yes,
such a blessing. We need that as girls, as
yes,
women. People
yeah,
say boys need their dad, but girls definitely need their dad as well because that's
yeah,
who we look to. That's our first love, really, as a man. And a lot of
yeah,
times we end up choosing a partner that is similar to our father, right?
yes, yes,
Being that you are close to your dad and he's a good example, that's awesome. So that's going to speak volume to the type of man that you end up with and that you end up marrying.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. And so what do you do for fun, Carlisa? What do you like to do?
I am an outside girly. Like I like, and
Mhm.
when I say that, I like nature. I like to be outside. If it has something to do with walking, like even when I go shopping, I like to do the malls that are like the strip malls where you got to walk outside to
Yeah.
get to them. I just like to be outside. So,
Hmm.
and I like to play pool. I'm not the
Oh,
best at
okay.
it,
I
but
can't
I
play with
like to
you,
play.
girl, because I haven't played pool that much, so you'll
Yeah.
you'll be hot with me.
But I'm not on it good. But every now and then I'm gonna do something. They're gonna be like, okay, I see you. But it isn't. I don't like it because I'm the best. I just
Mhm.
like it because I
It's
don't
fun.
know, a little bit of competitiveness that I have, and
Oh
having
yeah.
fun, and trying to do little tricks and stuff, and so playing pool is
Mhm.
definitely something that I really like to do,
Oh,
and new things like exploring and doing stuff that I've never done before, like
oh, that's important. Okay, so you can be a little adventurous when needed, right?
yes,
Okay,
yes,
cool.
yep.
All right. So, what are your thoughts about sex before marriage?
um, well, I'm not gonna sit here and say I have never done it before, but at the point that I am now, I feel like sex can be it can bring a it can bring a cloudiness, especially when you're trying to build a relationship and be with someone. Sometimes sex can kind of cloud that vision, and you can't really. This is just my thoughts on it.
Yeah. Mhm.
Sometimes you can't really like see things for what they are or what you need to see. Sometimes when you start incorporating sex at
Yeah.
before or early on.
I know exactly what you mean because it does cloud your judgment. Because my thing is this,
Yes.
that's why sometimes we think as a Christian, right? We think that God gives us all of these rules and laws, like you can't do this, you can't do that, just because He doesn't want us to have fun. So all of these things are put in place for a reason, for our own good, because it does cloud our judgment, right? And it will
Yes.
have you. They could be, like I said, you can have about 5 million red flags.
Yes.
If that part is good and that has your mind all,
Baby.
and your mind is all, you know
Yes.
what I'm saying, then
Yes.
it
Yes.
causes you to just
Yeah.
not even think about every other thing that is not up to par. You know what I'm saying? So it does cloud your judgment. So I think that's a big reason why God has in His Word that we shouldn't have sex before marriage for that reason.
Yeah.
right? And then,
Yes.
I'm gonna get too deep when you have soul ties and all kinds of stuff that comes, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, when you give yourself. That's the closest you can be with somebody. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
So that's why God intended for us to
Yeah.
save that special sacred place for our spouse. But yeah, I can definitely relate to what you're saying for sure. Yes, you said, baby.
Listen.
And listen, hey, that's a journey. It's not always easy, but I
Yeah.
always say you do things God's way, you get God's results. The world's
Yeah.
way, you get the world's results. And yeah, so that's that. So let me ask you this, Miss Carly. So, what is one thing that you would say you learned from your last relationship? Because we all learn from our different situations, our
Hmm.
relationships. We learn, what we may do differently the next time. So, what did you learn from your last relationship?
I'll say one of the things that I really learned is communication is key.
Mm, amen.
Communication, oh my goodness, like, because you can get into your own head a
Mm,
lot, and if you don't communicate something, you can miss what I want to say, like mistake us take something. Like, say for instance, he meant it one way, but I received it another, and then I can make that into something big in my head
mhm,
that he never meant it, and then I can allow that to grow and brew, and before you know it, I done checked out because I think you're hurting me or you're not hearing me, and the whole
mhm.
time it was just a lack of communication. So I know for a fact communication is key. Like, let's talk about this. Like if you feel a way, any kind of way, let's have a
Mhm.
conversation. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That.
Communication is definitely key,
Mhm.
right? Definitely key. Because, like you say, sometimes misunderstandings can happen too, especially if you're in a mood, or
Yeah.
it could be even their tone or the way they say something, and you
Mhm.
could take it in a completely different way than what they meant. So
Yeah.
instead of kind of like holding that grudge and not being vocal about what it is that you're concerned about, that communication is key to make sure y'all on the same page.
It's
You know what I'm
definitely a silent killer. I feel like it's a
saying? Oh,
silent.
for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely a silent killer. Okay. All right. So let me ask you this. What is your definition of cheating, Carlisa?
I would say anything that you wouldn't do in front of me,
Mm,
or
I love
anything that
that.
you are not comfortable with doing around me, or me hearing or seeing. I think
Mhm.
that could be a form of cheating.
Absolutely. And I love that response. I
Yeah.
love that anything that you would not feel comfortable doing in front of me.
Yeah.
That is so good. Because if you got to be sneaky, if you got to
Yeah.
be hiding your phone, don't want to
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? If you got to
Yeah.
be sneaky about something, then that's
Yes.
already a red flag. Just
Yes.
upfront, be honest, and you can
Mm-hmm.
deal with things better when someone is upfront and honest and transparent about what it is they have going on. But the
Yeah.
moment you start doing sneaky stuff, just remember that people out there, if you have to hide it, then
Yes.
that ain't it.
Exactly.
It's not
Mm-hmm.
right. So it doesn't necessarily have to be physically like sleeping with somebody else. If you're hiding messages, DMing
Mm-hmm.
people,
Yeah.
inappropriately, all of that can be, considered cheating. So I'm with you on that, sis.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it could lead to that, and then sometimes, like you said,
Mhm.
it's not cheating is not always physical.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Mhm.
And as they say, emotional cheating is even worse. Once
Yeah.
those emotions get
Yes.
involved and caught up in
Mm-hmm.
somebody else, it's even
Yeah.
worse. Exactly. All right. So let me ask you this, Miss Lady. What do you offer that qualifies you as a wife?
Ooh wee. Um, I will say, let me, as my brain goes to work here,
Oh, it's okay. Take it serious.
qualifying me as a wife, I
Mhm.
feel like, first of all, I feel like, I know it's sometimes people don't want to have roles, right? But I do feel like the feminine role of a wife, I do feel like I carry that. I feel like
Mhm.
I can be that addition, or your better half, or your rib, as you would say,
Mhm.
meaning being your peace when you're having a lot of problems, because men out here go through a lot, and the
Yes.
last thing they want to do is come home and go through a lot as well,
Amen.
so being that peace, being that
Yeah.
inspiration,
Mhm.
um, because I feel like a wife's job also is to inspire. It's also to sometimes they just as simple as I want to do this. I should be your cheerleader, as a wife.
Biggest supporter. Amen.
Yes, supported. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Let me see, because I don't want to be say stuff like, "Oh, I cook, I clean," that
Hmm.
these days and age, the men and women doing both of them as well. So
Right.
I don't, I cook definitely, but I don't want to use that as a wife characteristic. I just want to
Mhm.
say that I'm gonna be that person that when you think about me or you see me, it should be a smile. It should be joy. It should be that's she's mine. You know what I'm saying? And I know how I'm saying it. I am. I'm not trying to act like I'm a material thing that you own, but I'm yours. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't have to worry about anything else. You know what I'm saying? So I guess yeah. If I don't know if I answered your question the way you wanted it, but
No, 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 no. It ain't about what I want. You
this
answered it in your way,
yeah,
and I love it. I
yeah,
do. All right. So, do you understand
yeah.
what the purpose of marriage is, Carlisa?
Yes. Well, I feel like I do.
Mhm.
Do you want me to explain? Or you
Yeah,
just want
tell
me to
me
say
what.
yes? I know.
Yeah,
No.
let
Okay.
me know. Let me know what you understand the purpose of marriage to be.
I feel like the purpose of marriage is two people coming together to not only better each other,
Mhm.
but better each other lives, but better other people's lives that are connected to them by seeing the love that they have for each other or the unity that they have for each other. Um,
Mhm.
the purpose of marriage is to um, get together and um, like I said, not just making each other better, but
Mhm.
being the best version, helping each other be the best version of themselves. Um, and of course, a married couple is supposed to, one of their biggest jobs, is which is all of our jobs, is to
Mhm.
bring people to Christ,
Yes.
but
Amen.
also bringing them to Christ as a married, like, as a married couple, people should be able to look at a married couple and be like, that's what I want. And
Yes.
that's the outline. Like, oh, if you're married, you're supposed to love, not only love each other, but love other people and bring them to Christ. You know what I'm saying? In
Yes.
that love, not saying that we're
Mhm.
out here Bible thumping, but it
No,
it should
exactly.
be, like that we should be doing that. Like, that's
That
one of
even
the
without
prerequisites.
Bible thumping, them just seeing your
Yeah,
relationship, your marriage as a living example of what God's love and kindness and forgiveness and all of those things
yeah,
are. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So that's good. That's really good. All right, Carlisa. So one of my last questions for you, sis, give me three must-haves that your future hubby has got to have. Three things you don't want to go without. Three things that you prefer,
Ooh.
your must-haves. Like he got to have one, two, three, and I'm all in.
First and foremost, he
Mhm.
he has to follow God, put him first. That has to be at the top. He has to be, he has to love the Lord, be God fearing, incorporate God into his life, but while making decisions.
Yes,
Um, ooh, we got
that's
that
good.
out of the way.
As he follows God, and that's the thing with husbands. As he follows Christ, then you follow him.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right? But
You
he
need
has
to
to follow
that.
Christ in order
Yes.
for you to be able to
Yes.
follow him, because
Yes.
that's where he's going to get his direction on
Yes.
how to lead his family, and wisdom and all of that is going to come from God. So
Yeah.
that's good. All right. So that's your number one. What's your second?
Um, my number two, of course, is to I'm gonna say, like, because it's a pet peeve of mine, is
Mhm.
like I don't like he can't be arrogant.
Okay.
Um, Now there is a difference to me between confidence and arrogance. It's a thin line, but it is a difference. Like, I want you to be confident. I want you to, be confident in yourself and what you're doing.
Mhm.
But being arrogant or being a mean person, you know what I'm saying? Like,
For sure.
I need you to be, because I don't like drama. I don't like mean people, you know. So I need you to have a good personality.
Thank you for saying that because kindness still matters. I think a lot of times, well, sometimes with men, some men feel they have to be, rough or macho. And if that's who God called you to be, then hey, we all have our own personalities. But I love it when a man can just be kind and show that softness too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to your relationship.
Yes. And oh man, I kind of got two more. Well,
Okay, if you got four, sis, go ahead.
yeah, it's just one more
You
because
can
I
give
just
me
thought about it. Because
mhm.
I definitely need him not like I can't be with the liar.
Oh,
Um,
not
that
out.
that is a cut off right there because you know what they say, you lie, you steal, you kill. You know how they all say all that. Like that, I take that for real. Like
Lying is not a
I
fruit of the spirit. We don't want no liars. We need some
listen,
truth tellers over
listen.
here.
And I
Yes.
know everybody ain't walking around here telling the truth all day long, but you know what I mean. Like,
Mhm.
because I know people that just what time is it? It's 8 o'clock. It's not. It's 6 o'clock, sir. Like,
Just lying to be lying.
just yeah, just
Yeah.
lie to be lie. I can't deal with that. And then
Mhm.
I need like I really, really, really need a masculine man. Like I like to be feel like that's my protector. That's my guy. Like I want to look at him and I need to see it dripping off of him sometimes. Just the and not fake. I'm just saying like it's just a natural thing. You know that masculinity. I love it. I need it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me.
Okay, masculinity. So describe a little bit more what when you say you want somebody masculine. Just share with us a little bit about exactly what that means for you.
Well, it's so kind of hard to kind
Mhm.
of like put a pin on it because
And I'm just
masculine looks
asking because
different.
everyone. That's
Yeah,
what I was about to say. It's
yeah,
different for everybody. So.
yeah. It's more like just being that man, that manly role. Like
Mhm.
sometimes I tell people I love walks. You know what I'm saying? I mean the way a man walk. I can see a walk and sometimes I'm like, and it isn't like the same walk. It's just I see that walk and I be like, oh, that's a
Uh-huh.
manly
Kind of
walk.
like that confidence. You can see that
Yeah,
confidence in a
yeah.
woman.
It's just like
Yeah.
I said, I love a confident, you know, that masculine, like I am taking care of you. I'm a princess, take care of me. Like I
Yes.
just a baby, like I want to feel like my man will be that protector for me. I ain't
Mhm.
got to worry about nothing when we together, that type of thing. Like I just,
Exactly.
I just love a masculine, and I know it's kind of like I don't know how to put a pin on it though because, like I said,
Mhm.
I can see this person and this person, and I feel like they're both masculine, but they don't act alike. You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Okay, no, you do
Nah.
know. You explained it real well. You
Okay,
do.
okay,
You explaining it
okay,
well.
okay.
All right. So I do see one question in the chat. They
Oh
want to
wait.
know, yes, they want to know what's been the hardest part of dating, or what's been the hardest part about dating for you.
Getting past the awkward beginning stages,
Yes.
like because me, you see what you get what you see. I'm
Mhm.
really quick to just be like, I've been knowing you. Like we've been friends for forever, but sometimes it isn't like that. And I can understand. Like it's like a getting past that, getting to know you awkward stage. Oh, hello, sir. I'm glad you finally arrived. Like that,
Yeah.
like because you get all of this. I want you to see what I think you want. I
Mhm.
want to be who I think you want. But then eventually that real person. So I think the hardest part is like getting to know,
You said it.
meeting that real person. Yeah.
Yep, sometimes it's the representative that we meet. And
Yes.
then, once some time come by, then that real person
Yes. You know
starts
it.
showing
You know
up.
it. Yeah.
I think that can go for men and women. When you first get
Yeah.
with somebody, you don't always show all
Yes.
of who you are. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? When you first start dating somebody. So,
True.
yeah, sometimes you do get to see a person for who they really are once time has gone by. Yeah, so that is all I have as far as questions, but I'm going to open it up if anybody else has any questions. If you're watching out there, male or female, if you have a question that you would like to ask Miss Carlisa, I'm watching the chat. I will ask her and see what she has to say about it. Any questions?
Any questions?
Oh, I see a good
Oh
one.
boy.
Miss Crystal May wants to know, what is the oldest age that you will date? That's a real good question. What's the oldest date? And matter of fact, I'm gonna put another one on that. What's the oldest age and what's the youngest? Because you said you 40,
3.
43. Okay, so you 1 year older than me. We sisters. So what's the oldest and what's the youngest?
It's so crazy because for some reason, this era in my life, I'm getting a lot of very young guys, and that is like 29, 30, 31, and I'm like, baby, like
I'm not
baby.
surprised though. So for some reason nowadays, a lot of young guys do like a older woman.
Oh, and not saying it isn't mature young men. I believe it is,
Hmm.
But for me, maybe I would say the youngest is probably 35.
35. Okay.
35 is the young. If you're asking me,
Hmm.
35. The oldest.
The oldest. What
Um,
is, are you 50s, 60s?
mm, I'm gonna say probably, and I know this probably hurts me, but this is just
Mhm.
me. I'm gonna say maybe 49. Maybe 50.
Said she ain't trying to give nobody 50 and up. Okay, she said
Maybe 50.
49.
Maybe 50. But yeah.
So maybe 50, but that's your cutoff. So you prefer up to 49, but you will accept 50. But over that is, yeah.
Yes. Now I say all of this, but I also say, they say telling God your plan is like, making him laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like that's me. But that doesn't mean that that's what God has for me. But if you're
Right.
asking me
That's a good
in
point.
in my mind right now, but that doesn't mean if somebody younger, older, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not that type of
I
person. But
love that. And you got to preach because thy will be done. Not my will, but your will be
yeah,
done, Lord.
yeah,
Because sometimes what we think is good for us is not,
yeah,
right? So God
exactly.
knows best. So
Because
you
I don't
never
want to block my
know.
blessing now. I don't want to block my
Amen.
blessing
See,
being
now I like
picked.
that
But
about you. I like that because you have some sisters who are, it's just a hard no. Like, okay, if you too young or if you too old, I
yeah.
don't care what you're working with. I'm good. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, I'll take one more from Miss Crystal. She wants to know, are you open to a long distance relationship? So let's say if someone is watching this show right now on this live or in the replay, they reach out wanting to, see where things can go with you guys, but they live in another state. Is that something you're open to?
That is, I don't think it's. I'm a very touchy. I want to be around my person.
Gotcha.
Um, and if it does start off as long distance, it can't stay that way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
and I don't want to stay like that too long. But I'm not gonna say that it can't work. But we have to have a plan. Like, well, what? Show me the schedule. When I'm gonna see you. How many times I'm gonna see you? And then if that
Mhm.
works and that's enough, then okay. But I do know that to me, I think long distance relationships are way harder. Relationships are hard anyway.
Yeah.
And just to be adding on extra stuff is sometimes it's like, yeah, I,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
I'm
not
with
I'm
you.
not all the way against it, but I do
Yeah.
know that isn't something that I prefer them to be here, but if not, then we
Mhm.
gotta make this thing work, baby.
Gotta be the same
Yeah,
word.
yeah,
Yes.
we
Because
gotta
I
make
feel
it
like
work.
this, I mean, it could work, but like you said, if you are in a long distance relationship, both of you would have to be very intentional about
Yes,
the time.
that part,
So
that
even
part.
when you can't physically be together, FaceTiming a lot, video chat, whatever, and being intentional about planning time to meet. So whether he gonna come to you, y'all plan out, okay. Some couples will say, okay, we're not gonna go more than, I don't know, 2 weeks without seeing each other.
Yeah,
So hopefully he's not too far to where
yeah,
you can jump on a
yeah,
plane or hopefully drive. Flights are
yeah,
expensive. And
yeah,
just kind of make it work, like you said, temporarily. Because
yeah,
once you guys are approaching marriage, of course, you're gonna have to come together.
yeah. And it's gonna have to be a drive distance. A flying distance, that's too much. I don't think I could do a flying distance.
You said
Yeah,
flying distance.
I,
Yeah,
I
that
don't
would
think
be
I
hard.
could. Yeah, that would be real hard. It's got to be a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'll meet you halfway. A couple
Got
hours
you.
for me to like an hour and a half to 2 hours is enough. Like more
Mm-hmm.
than that, so that's 4 hours because if both of us are driving, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that's about it. But more than that, I don't know. That's gonna be
Gotcha.
hard.
It would have to be a godsend for sure, right? God Himself will have to tell
Listen,
you,
you had
listen,
to
this
be
is your
like,
husband.
I'm like, hello,
Knock
yeah,
you on
that
that
one.
shoulder real quick, like, girl, this is your man.
Yes.
All right, let me see. We'll take a few more. So I see my husband on here. He wants to know, do you prefer a man without children or can they have children?
They can have children.
Okay,
They can
cool.
definitely have children. It's kind of harder when they're babies,
Hmm.
but that isn't a no for me. Especially as long as you are a good father and you're
Yeah.
doing your duty as a father, I am okay with that.
Okay. Okay, cool. Now, let me ask you this though, being that your children are pretty much adults,
I
are
knew this
you
was coming.
okay? Because see, you in a good spot. You done raised your children. They are
Yes,
grown, gone, so to speak. Of course,
Jesus.
they'll always be our babies. You still have responsibilities, but
Yeah.
not anything like when they are young children. So if you had to put an age on it, like we said, God is going to do what He do. Like if He say
Okay.
it's so, then it's so. But as far as you're concerned, what would be the youngest child that you would prefer for your?
Oh, okay. So I thought you were about to ask me another question. Okay, so the
Ah,
youngest
wait a minute,
for
what you thought
him
I was about to ask?
was, did I want more? Like, did I want to have more children?
Okay, well, go ahead and answer that too.
Uh-uh. but listen,
You don't want to answer it, or you don't want anymore.
that is my answer.
Oh, okay.
But no, but let me say this though,
Mhm.
because I believe God, and I follow Him and I listen.
Yes.
So if I have another one, Lord Jesus, hear me, open your ears, God, to me. If I have another child, I need that. Like, it's gotta be legit. Like, we gotta be married. We gotta be like, listen, I ain't going nowhere. Like, and if you feel like it, it's gonna be, we gonna listen. I can't do it. I raised my three by myself, and you saw how close they are, and they all have the same father. So, you know, so that means, if it's one bad father, then that means it's all. But
Yeah,
I'm not, I'm not,
I
I'm
feel
not going
you.
into that. He's an awesome man right now. He's
Yeah.
really good at their lives. But I'm just saying, I don't want to. I'm too old that I feel like to be out here raising a child by myself, and that's not what I want. Like, I've
Yeah.
done it, and so I'm not gonna say I don't want any more babies.
Mhm.
But if that is God's will, then Lord, I need Him here. We're gonna do this together. Like, we gotta do this together.
And it's God's way, right? That's how
Yeah,
God intended. He didn't intend for
yeah,
us to raise our, even though life happens, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's not God's intention for us to raise kids separately. So, yeah,
yeah.
submit that prayer to Him. Says, like, listen, God, if you send me somebody who wants a baby, I need this to be legit. This needs to be a strong marriage where ain't no divorce, ain't no divorce
Yeah.
on the table. It's till death do us part. Okay,
Listen.
we are staying together and raising this
Listen.
child up in the ways of the
Yeah,
Lord.
yeah.
Amen. All right, so we have Mr. Michael D. Ballard. He wants to know, why did your last relationship end?
I don't like to sound like this because like I said before, it's always a two-part thing to me. Like, we both got to take accountability for everything.
Gotcha.
But for this one, he stepped out and he was stepping out. He was on a whole step team at this point,
Oh,
So
wow. It
I'm
was a
talking
big step,
about,
huh?
I'm talking about all of that. Like, he was stepping out. So I
Oh,
found
we
out,
laugh
and
we laugh, but that's not
yeah,
cool.
yeah, we're gonna make fun of all our little bad things. That's how we get through. But yeah, but with that being said, like, that was why I found out, and yeah, we had to end it. So, but yeah, that's why.
Okay. And I think if I'm not overlooking anything, I do see one last question. What are your expectations financially for your relationship?
Um, from him, is that what he asked? Like, what I want from him or for us? From us? What do you say that again?
He wasn't specific. It just says, what are your expectations financially for your relationship?
Well, I'll just answer like I think he's
Mhm.
asking or she's asking. I want him to be stable. I want him to definitely be able to take care of himself
Mhm.
and myself, because I am at the point where I can take care of myself, and I want to be able to, if something was to happen, take care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like I want him to do for me what I'm able to do for him.
Okay.
I just not saying that, I know everybody be like, do you want to be 50-50? I don't think a percentage is anything. Like I don't like that percentage thing. I just
Mhm.
feel like, I want him to be stable and to be able to take care of if he have to, if anything was to happen and I'm not working anymore, he's able to take care of both of us.
Okay, but I love how you put that because you said vice versa, right? So if something
Yeah.
were to God forbid happen to him, you would
hmm
be financially in a place where you could hold a family down, and
Yeah.
vice versa. I,
Because that's how I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. Like we're supposed
Mhm.
to be help. Like I'm supposed to, what they say, help mate, help me.
Help me.
I'm when times can life can happen, and if he fall off, that mean that we gonna be done. Like we just gonna fall by the wayside just
Right.
because he don't have it like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Hopefully we have some good financial things set aside. But I'm just saying, like, I don't want it to be him to be so stressed out because he's like, if I don't do this, we're gonna be looking like this. No, yes, you're my husband and you're gonna take care of me, and I know that's what you want to do, and I love you for that. But at the end of the day, if something happens, I want to be at a state where I can help and do that as
All
well.
right, Carlisa, girl, you might have somebody applying tonight. What's your response? They're gonna be on that website soon as we end this live. Like,
Oh, stop,
no,
stop,
seriously, because
girl.
you have in today's age, oh Lord, pray for our younger generation.
Yeah, yeah,
Some women are all about, okay, can you take care of me? Some
yeah,
of them don't want to work.
yeah,
They and whatever they do make is for them. If they
yeah,
may lose their job,
yeah.
they ready to check out. Like, what?
Listen,
You
the
supposed to take care of me?
society,
I ain't taking care of you. You know what
listen,
I'm saying?
society, Instagram, TikTok got these girls out here thinking that they supposed to be flued out, as they say,
Blue
and
that
they need some Balenciaga, or is it like Balenciaga, and
Balenciaga.
all like they want the nice cars and the nice trips, and they feel like that's what a relationship is, and that is not a
Mm,
relationship. Like a relationship is hard work, but it's two
hard
people
work.
that love each other so much that they're willing to do the work. That's all.
Yes, I love that. I love that. That is so
Yeah.
special. I'm telling you, that somebody gonna be reaching out sooner than later, Miss Carlisa. All right, so that is it for our questions. Thank you guys, everybody, for chatting with your
Thank
questions. I
you.
really appreciate it. So we're gonna move just a little bit further in the show. We are going to do one of my favorite parts, which is our no catfish cam. So you
Oh,
kind of already got yours set up to where we can pretty much see all of you. But if you don't mind, do me a favor, if you could just stand up, put yourself
yes.
in full view of the camera so that our fellas can see what you're working with.
Alrighty. Oop, oop, oop. I got on heels, but you probably can't see them. Am I still here? Am I still here? Did I go off? Oh, okay.
All right.
I
Woo!
don't know if I lost you.
No. All right. And I love your outfit, girl. You looking cute over there.
Thank
All
you.
right. Carla, so you got to see what Miss Carlisa is working with from head to toe. She is beautiful over there. So we are going to move
You.
right along, sis. So I know this is what you probably been waiting for.
It's not.
So as you know, you had to go on and take our wifey material,
Oh Lord.
right? How you think you did, sis?
I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I love like those tests, but sometimes you know how they do. They like ask you the same question 50, 11 times, and it's like at this point
Mhm.
I'm just like,
You're
well, come on, let's do it. What I get?
I'm hoping you score well. So let's do this. So before I give you your score, I'm gonna just kind of briefly go through each section just so you can kind of get a feel of what you did, right? It's also what I'm gonna do after the show is over. I'm gonna send you your score so that
Okay.
way you can see everything for yourself. Okay. All right. So in the first section, it was all about faithfulness and trustworthiness. You scored an 8 out of 10.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay.
Section 2 was all about kindness and compassion. You received a 7 out of 10.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Anything over 6? Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
For wisdom and discernment, you scored a 6 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
For industriousness and diligence, you scored an 8 out of 10.
Okay. 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 8.
Uh-huh. Section 5 is respect for your husband and for yourself. You scored a 10 out of 10.
Ooh.
And section 6 for nurturing and supportive nature, you scored a 9 out of 10.
Ooh, look at her. Good. Okay. Okay.
Section 8 for humility and teachability, you scored a 10 out of 10, sis.
She is acting up.
Section 9 for submission and homemaker, you received an 8 out of 10.
Okay. 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 I can see
All
that.
right. And then
Yeah.
for our last section, which was for femininity and sexuality, you scored a 10 out of 10.
All right. Okay.
Yes. Yes, yes. Well, you did your thing on this test, girl. So you want to know what your total overall score is? You scored an 85, Carlisa.
Yay!
Yes.
Okay, that's good. I'm not perfect, but hey, it's okay.
Well, an 85 is an awesome score. So what that score means, sis, is that you are wifey material, my dear.
Aww,
So
look at
yes,
her.
you exhibit outstanding qualities that align with being a supportive wife. Your strengths in areas like faithfulness, compassion, and respect make you well prepared for a God-centered marriage. So if you keep on nurturing those qualities, sis, as you embark on your journey to find your Boaz, you will be all good to go. Okay.
Okay,
All
that's not.
right.
That wasn't bad. I was
It was
nervous about that part.
Don't be nervous. It was not
Okay.
bad at all. So you scored an 85, which is very awesome. Very awesome. Okay. So we are ready now, ma'am, for you to do your Hey Future Hubby pitch. So what that means is you're just going to speak into the camera. You never know, he may be watching right now. And you're just going to let your future hubby know what you are ready to be for him. Okay.
Okay. All right. Hi, future hubby, husband, love of my life. I just want you to know that I'm so happy. I'm going to be so happy to meet you because I prayed for you. I've been praying for you, and I know you are going to be exactly what God wants for me because I went to Him for you. So, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I can't wait to meet you. I wrote a few things down, so I can't wait to be your peace. You know, like I said before, it's hard out here to be a man, especially a strong man. And life can put you in situations and get you mentally here and there. But I want you to know that when I see you, when I call you, when I'm with you, I want to be that breath of fresh air. I will be that breath of fresh air. I will be that peace for you. I know God is your joy, but if God sent me to you, that means I will be your joy. So keep waiting for that as well. And I just can't wait to have fun with you. Let's make so many memories. Let's do this together. Let's be happy. Let's be silly. I'm here. I'm waiting. Come get me. Come get me. Come get me. I'm ready. That's all I got.
All right. I love it. Yeah. Over there. You did good. So, all right, fellas, you have heard from the lovely, beautiful Miss Carlisa. So if
It's
you are ready,
Carlisa.
huh?
It's Carlisa.
Carlisa, I'm sorry. You can let me call you Carlisa.
I know I meant to say it, but you had it was I'm sorry. But
Sis,
it's okay.
I'm here for the correction. I can't because I have my name is a little difficult, Kimya, and people jack my name up all the time. So definitely, you could have corrected me earlier, but it's
I meant to. I'm my bad. I just
okay. No, you're good. So we want to make sure we get it right. Thank you for that. So, fellas, you have heard from Miss Carlisa, and she is ready. She is a wife ready to be found. So if you are ready to date and mate God's way, we need you to head on over. It's right here on the screen to www.loveonpurposegodsway.com and click on where it says Men Apply Here. What will happen from there? We will bring the perfect matches back onto the show to see if you are a Love on Purpose God's Way match. And let's find love the way God intended, y'all. Thank you so much, Carlisa. You've been a lovely guest tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Everybody, you're welcome, sis. And thank you for everybody that's out there watching and who has liked and shared and commented tonight. We appreciate your time. You could have been anywhere else tonight, but you decided to be right here with us. So for that, we thank you. All right. So y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
That's love on purpose. Yeah. Baby, that's love on purpose.